What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing. I just finished up watching Fanlong Meng versus Jean Pascal, and this was a 12-rounder in the light heavyweight division. And this fight was Friday, May 20th, from the Whitesands Events Center in Plant City, Florida. And this fight was broadcasted on ProBoxTV.com. And in this fight, Jean Pascal was able to battle back and drop Fanlong Meng and get a close unanimous decision victory. And I had this bout scored 115 to 112 in favor of Jean Pascal. I was watching this fight with my dad as well. He had it 114 113 for Pascal. So let me just say this first. This was an excellent fight, if I'm going to be 100% honest. And this was really a fight that you could definitely say was a tale between two halves. So the first half of this fight dominated by Meng, second half dominated by Pascal. So just to break it down, in the earlier rounds, Pascal really looked shell-shocked. I mean, he looked like an old, just out-of-class fighter, out of his prime, and I really thought that he was going to get stopped or even just dominated to a decision. And that really showed in round number 2, where Jean Pascal was wobbled twice, first with a left hand at the beginning of the round, sort of backed up, and the second time was sort of towards the end of the round with the same punch that really buckled him a bit and really won Meng that round. And Meng was just dominating and outboxing Pascal for primarily the first half of the fight. And in the first half of the fight, at one point, Meng was hit with like an overhand right that sort of was on the side of the head, but there was also a tangling of the feet, and Meng went down. And we will hear, or you guys will hear more about the slips later on in this fight, and the knockdown, which was a little bit controversial, but I mean, I really definitely thought it was a knockdown. But some people, specifically the commentators, when I was watching the fight, said the knockdown, or they said the knockdown was close. I mean, it could have been a slip. I mean, and also some of the things that were called slips could have been knockdowns. I mean, it was really like that type of sort of close call. But just to break down the fight furthermore, like I said before, Jean Pascal really maybe won one round out of the first 6. And really, Fanlong Meng looked like the fresher fighter. He was bouncing on his feet, but then once the second half of the fight started, Pascal sort of had a new wave. I know he wasn't throwing punches like he was like 2 years ago when he fought Marcus Brown, like throwing them with heat, throwing them with vicious power. Here he was jumping in and sort of leaving his chin open. But from round like I guess you could say, maybe around like 6 on, I mean Pascal really started to just dominate. I mean maybe around 7, like somewhere around there, Pascal really put the he really just started to fight. I mean, before he was just standing there getting hit, and from there on out, after his corner was giving him a big pep talk, he started to come forward, started to throw more punches, and occasionally he would punch himself out a bit. But I mean, Fanlong Meng wasn't doing that much to win the rounds, and Pascal was just being the one landing the more eye-catching and better shots. So that's why he won those later rounds, and he was able to close the gap after being down maybe by 4 or 5 points, and then he was able to get this victory. So just to break down the knockdown, it actually happened in the 9th round, where Jean Pascal hit Fanlong Meng with a sort of perfectly placed right hand, sort of on the jaw area, maybe somewhere close to the glove, partially blocked, and Meng sort of lost his footing with the shot. It was sort of near the jaw, sort of lost his footing, it looked like, with the shot, that it wobbled him a bit too hard, and then Meng went down right after getting hit. Pascal was calling knockdown. Meng was saying no way, but the referee called it a knockdown. I think it was a knockdown, but from what I heard, as I mentioned before, the commentators also said it could have went either way. But yeah, then also there was some big moments throughout this fight in the later rounds, as Fanlong Meng was wobbled a bit as well in the 10th round with a nice right hand. He was sort of buckled. And another time where someone was wobbled was in the 5th round, where Pascal was wobbled with a nice uppercut from Meng towards the end of that round. And in round number 12, it was a huge round. So Fanlong Meng was hit. It looked like he was a little bit hit with a left hook that sort of sent him to the canvas, but the referee called it a slip again. But I mean, that one looked a bit more in favor of a slip, obviously, but it was very close, just like the first slip in this fight. But yeah, after that slip, and it looked like it was a strong round for Meng in round 12, but then after the slip, Pascal got another resurgence of energy, came forward, started hammering Meng with big shots. He got Meng on the ropes, was landing big combinations, backing him up, hurting him, wobbling him, and really that won him the round because Meng was really out on his feet. He was just so, it looked like he was gassed, looked like he was hurt. looked like he wanted to be out of there. And good thing he was saved by the bell, because Jean Pascal was really looking for a stoppage in that 12th round. So, yeah, this was actually a very, very impressive win for Pascal. At first, I was thinking Meng was going to win. Then, my final prediction, if you could check out boxingtalk.com, it was a Jean Pascal victory, and that's what he got. So, I mean, this was a very impressive comeback win, coming back from really testing positive for steroids. I mean, that's why he hasn't fought in so long. Tested positive for steroids, hasn't fought in like 2.5 years. I mean, he came back and actually put on a good performance and really got a solid win and showed that he could possibly hang around with some of these decent guys out there. So with that being said, what is next for Jean Pascal? I think he's going to take on like a decent level top 15 light heavyweight. Maybe someone at the likes of like a Sullivan Barrera. I'm actually not too sure if he's faced Barrera. I mean, he might have, to be honest, considering that around that 2015, 2016 era in the light heavyweight division, a lot of these guys were facing each other, so I wouldn't be surprised if Pascal has faced Barrera, but, I mean, if so, I would like to see that fight happen. Maybe he could rematch Unieski Gonzalez, considering that Gonzalez just had a very fun fight against Gilberto Ramirez, but I think that Pascal should take on like a top 15 light heavyweight in his next fight, and this was another top 15 light heavyweight that he just beat in Fanlong Meng. But as for Meng losing here for the first time in his career, I mean, this was a brutal fight. He fought good early on, but then sort of got broken down a bit later on. So I think in his next fight he'll take on like a lower level opponent on some like sort of untelevised card, not really a big card, before maybe stepping it up a bit against like a guy at the level of like an Adam Dynas. I know he already beat Adam Dynas, but someone at that level that he could beat, get a solid win, then he might move back up to like the top 15 level in the light heavyweight division and maybe face a former world champion like Pascal. So overall, Jean Pascal drops Fanlong Meng and battles back from being down in the first half of the fight to winning by a close unanimous decision.